Good evening. My name is Leah van Burger, and I'm here, B-A-M-B-E-R-G-E-R, and I'm here tonight on behalf of the Mayor of Providence, Mayor Elorza. I'm going to share some remarks that he has and some additional comments from the City of Providence. The Mayor wrote a letter to Mr. Fugate, as well as the Governor and Coit, Dr. Coit at DEM, stating his concerns or reiterating his concerns. So I'd like to start with those. And this is just verbatim from the letter. I am writing to reiterate my concerns with the proposed National Grid LNG facility at Fields Point. Not only does the facility present great danger to the neighborhood, especially in the face of a changing climate, but the investment is inconsistent with the carbon reduction and climate commitments we have set at both the city and state level. Furthermore, the permitting process has been opaque and left out the community members that will be most impacted by the facility. I'm asking that you work with your state agencies to ensure a proper review of the permitting process. I'm confident that a thorough review and a full enforcement of the state's regulations will not permit this project to move forward. The LNG facility requires the approval of both CRMC and DEM, and DEM appears to be positioned to approve the STRAP soil remediation permit, which they did. With these approvals, the project will likely move forward under the Trump administration. State action is the only mechanism that can put a stop to this project. The community has spoken, elected officials have spoken, we have declared carbon reduction goals, set aggressive resilience agendas, invested in renewable energy, and are leading the country in energy efficiency programs and policies. We've doubled down on this in face of the Paris Agreement withdrawal. There's clear consensus across Rhode Island that we want a future that is clean, healthy, and resilient, a future that is free of fossil fuels. Let's send a message to President Trump that we are serious about realizing this vision and reject the status quo. Hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and Maria should serve as a wake-up call for all of us. The health and safety of our businesses and residents depend on it. That was a letter from the mayor. Just to add to that, as Director of Sustainability for the City of Providence, Rhode Island has some great regulations and commitments around climate change. The CRMC under Grover's leadership has really set the bar nationwide on how we should be evaluating projects and managing our coastal environment in the face of a changing climate. And as someone who works in government, I understand the challenges in setting these sorts of policies. It takes a lot of work, a lot of consensus building, but I also recognize that that's the easy part. The hard part is where you all sit right now trying to navigate these decisions and enforce these rules. But I think the fact that you have good rules behind you provides a really good ground for denying this approval. Specifically, the applicant has failed to meet the requirements of Redbook Section 300.8, the energy-related activities and structures. The applicant does not address the social impacts, as the impacts on the residential community surrounding the facility are completely ignored. It also does not provide alternative means to fulfill the needs for the facility, demonstrate the needs for the facility, or prove consistency with state and national energy policies. As already mentioned, the Rhode Island State Energy Plan sets clear goals. Furthermore, explicitly around shifting away from natural gas. Furthermore, the recently published Rhode Island Greenhouse Gas Emissions Reduction Plan by the Executive Climate Change Coordinating Council set clear targets for replacing fossil fuel-based heating sources with electric heat pumps. And they even did the math for us. They said that 33% of residential and 30% of commercial main heating load will be met with heat pumps by 2035, and 81% of residential and 67% of commercial heating load will be met with heat pumps by 2050. Clearly, there is not a need for this sort of capacity in natural gas. The proposed plant we talked about the fracking issue as well, so I won't go into that. So just to wrap up, there are clear energy policy and market signals at all levels of government, local, national, and international, telling us that we should be investing in renewable and clean energy. Our future is in projects like deep water wind and investing in clean heating sources like geothermal and heat pumps, not more fossil fuels. And just to reiterate the public safety concerns, I have natural gas in my house. I'm currently working on getting rid of it. But the fear when you walk into your home, you smell gas. That's something that most people can relate to and understand what that means for your home and the safety of your family. And that's what many residents who live near these types of facilities have to deal with on a much grander scale in terms of the impacts of should someone strike a match during that moment across the neighborhood. So just to close, I'll end with another statement from the mayor. This is a quote: "I've listened to the community and I've listened to the experts. With all the information that I have seen on this matter, a liquefied natural gas plant is clearly not in the best interest of the city, and I do not want to see the project move forward. Providence has the opportunity and moral obligation to be leaders in clean renewable energy, and that is the direction our city should move in." Thank you.